it's Melissa with the M Word. If you're new here, I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kiddos. I have an 8-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old, and we're in our 4th year of homeschooling, and that's just crazy to me. Also, notice my kids brought in the bouncy horses from outside that one of them is way too big for. So they are now lined up in a stable in my living room. So I guess those are here. The first thing I have today is technology in our homeschool. So this is technically a collaboration that was hosted by Abby from Rooted and Rest and Jessica from the Waldock Way. However, I might be late to it because I kept having to record this one because it happened to be the video that my son kept being super loud in. So, it might be up on its own. It might have the playlist linked below in the description box. Either way, they are the ones that came up with the idea and they did have a playlist, and I will still link that playlist below for you. It's whether or not my video will be part of the playlist, I don't know. So I do have some notes. If you see me looking down, I've noticed lately that I keep getting very distracted, which might just be because my son's been home. So I made notes for every single video I have to record today. We use technology in our homeschool to make homeschooling more fun for my kids. We use technology in multiple different ways in our homeschool. I mean, quite obviously, the basics of how I research my curriculum comes from technology. And without the internet and technology in general, I wouldn't have this YouTube channel. I wouldn't have Instagram. I wouldn't be learning about new curriculum ideas and new teaching ways and all those other things. I wouldn't know of them without technology. So I mean, that's a very basic reason of why we use technology in homeschool, but I also use it with my kids. Now, some curriculum is completely online based. I just did a review for Timberdoodle that was about their art program, HIGASFY. It's Have I Got a Story for You? It's the acronym for that. So it's HIGASFY, I believe. And they are 100% digital. They send you the email. They email you the PDF. They email you the videos. It's an amazing program, and it is 100% online. Then there is also things like Night Zookeeper. I love Night Zookeeper. We've had it for the last 3 years. I'm actually an affiliate with them. So if you want 50% off of your year subscription with them, there is a link in the description box below you can use. There is things like Explode the Code. I can leave that below. Explode the Code. Almost everybody knows about the books that you can buy, but we actually use Explode the Code online. We pay for it yearly. I think it was new this year or new last year. There were some bugs in the program, but it worked out. Just basically their platform had a few bugs in it, but it's been working great. The biggest thing is I have to remember to go in and clear our browser every now and then, or it won't progress my daughter forward. It'll just keep wrapping her back through the same thing. That might be something they have fixed soon or have fixed. We don't use it all the time. We only use it a couple days a week, and I don't always check if it's moving her forward or not. They do have an amazing platform that shows you how well they're doing, how well they're progressing, which books they're in, because the online program gives you access to every book, which is awesome. And your child just goes through and progresses at it as they go through it. And I love that. I didn't have to buy individual books. I didn't have to read to her. I didn't have to do anything because the internet did it for me. And that's why I love technology. For Explode the Code, she uses my iPad because it will not work on their locked down Amazon Kindles. I can show you one. I was showing you one in the last one. Hold on a second. Also, I still call them Amazon Kindles. I don't think they are anymore. I think they're just Amazon Kids Tablets or Kids Fires or whatever they rebranded them to. My daughter has the one for the older age. This is hers. My other two took their tablets with them, but we also bought her an off-brand keyboard to go with it. It just Bluetooths to it. They also have headphones that they use when needed, but Explode the Code doesn't work on this, and it's because it's so locked down. If you have one that isn't as locked down and they can browse freely, it'll work perfectly. I did manage to get Night Zookeeper on here. It was difficult, but I did manage. And don't ask me how, because if it ever messes up and I have to try it again, I probably don't know if I can get back on there. But I do have Night Zookeeper hooked up for her on there. I wish it had an app. If it had an app, it would work better. Same thing for Explode the Code online. If Explode the Code and Night Zookeeper had apps instead of internet browser-based programs, they would work better on these tablets. It's because that they're internet-based browsers, that's the issue. But I did manage to get Night Zookeeper to work, but I didn't get Explode the Code to work, which is a whole nother. Teaching Textbooks has an app. We use that on her Kindle, or tablet, on her tablet. Khan Academy Kids, we use the Khan Academy Kids app, But Khan Academy also has like a full curriculum that's for free out there for you. I don't use it personally. I find it cumbersome and difficult to migrate through, and I don't like the extra work it puts on me, but it does work great for somebody who needs a free curriculum or wants a free curriculum, etc. Like whatever works for your family. It is a great curriculum. I personally just don't like how cumbersome it is to migrate through it and find what I need. There's a lot of, here's your lesson for the day, click over to here, explore all those, click back, go through, click, explore. It's very clicky back and forth to this YouTube and that, and it's great. It's amazing that they put that together and provided it for free. That is awesome. It just doesn't work for us. I mean, you can literally teach your child just about anything with technology. YouTube, like I said, Khan Academy. Library books are free. Audio books, I mean, the world is literally at your fingertips because of technology. And we take full advantage of that in our homeschool. And there's even ways to make it more interactive and engaging. I mean, you guys know I work with Creative Fabrica. It might be Creative Fabrica, I don't know. I like Fabrica, it sounds nicer, so that's what I use. But it might be Fabrica, I don't know. Either way, they have video lessons, video classes. They have teacher resources. You know, if you don't have your teacher's club card, it's only $2.99 a year. That's it. That's it. That's what I pay. That's what anybody else would pay. And there's a link below. You can use that to get there. It's an affiliated link, but I do pay for my subscription, my teacher club card, and I love it. It's just so many resources at my fingertips for free. Well, for $2.99 a year. And then we also take advantage of our local college has gym classes a lot of the times. I've signed my daughter up for a few of those. Our 4-H, she's part of 4-H. The Wisconsin 4-H and the National 4-H have tons of online programs that children can take. My daughter's currently taking a around the world. They just learned about Saudi Arabia in the last one. They talked to a girl from Saudi Arabia about their age. I believe she was 18 or 19. I mean, she's not my daughter's age, but she was young enough to be in 4-H age. And she went through and she talked to them all about Saudi Arabia. She talked to them about their culture, what they ate, what their weather was like. I mean, she outlined everything for them. And that was really interesting. We picked up there, so that was the first class we've had, but I believe they did other countries prior. She has this coming week, she's got a webinar for forest animals, and they'll be going through that kind of stuff. There's just so many homeschooling resources online. You've got Netflix. I mean, you would pay for Netflix, but you have Netflix. Creative Fabrica's, you pay for that per month, but there's also free resources on Creative Fabrica. If you don't want to pay for it, there are free resources. You just go to the link below, click through on the tab thing and click on freebies, and there's tons of freebies in there. And if you search freebies, and then in the freebies, so it's hard to search from the teacher club card part. However, if you search from the main side or go to freebies and then change your filters in there to only the teacher club card, you'll get things that are only related to like printables for school. And you can so customize your child's learning with the internet. I mean, we have been doing dinosaur paleontology unit study since January now, and I'll be wrapping that up probably early March. I had it planned all the way through March, I think, but we're wrapping it up so fast. I think we're going to be done with it sooner. But I use the internet so much for that. I wouldn't have known about knowledge crates without the internet. We use knowledge crates, but obviously that was a touchable, tangible thing. But they have dinosaur yoga that was sent with that, and my daughter loved the dinosaur yoga so much that she's been having me go to YouTube and search dinosaur yoga almost every morning to do dinosaur yoga. So we do dinosaur yoga together every morning almost. And a lot of the times we end up using the Cosmos Kids one. I just really like the Cosmos Kids yoga. She's really awesome. She's great. She talks about all kinds of fun things for the kids, and she makes the yoga really easy for kids. And we use so many audiobooks. Our personal library only uses Libby, which is really frustrating sometimes because it's not as encompassing as I think. I can't think of the name of the other one at the moment. But there's another app, Hoopla, I don't know. I feel like it starts with an H, and I could look it up, but I record on my phone. So that one seems to have a lot more audiobooks available to it than Libby does, but Libby still has so many things that I can share with my kids. I can search dinosaur books and pop up so many for them. I can find audiobooks that can read it to her, like so she can see the words being read out as she goes. And I love that. Technology is amazing. And I mean, obviously you have to use it within moderation. There is screen times and issues that could come up with kids and adults. I mean, blue light is not great for anybody. There's a cat and the other cat is over there. Yeah, it's snowing and they're mad. It keeps going back and forth. This total side rant, but it keeps going back and forth between ridiculously snowy and blizzardy outside and spring. It'll be spring all week and then we'll have one day of this. It was actually supposed to come tomorrow and it came today. And the cats hate it because they won't go outside in the snow and they want to go outside again because they've been cooped up. So, cats. Regardless, homeschooling. Obviously, you can go to school completely online, homeschooling through like a charter school and do it completely online with a teacher web-based situation. I personally would rather my kids not be on the internet that much. So we do homeschool in the sense where it is fully me in charge and doing all the things, but I don't want them to miss out on worldly things when it's right there at my fingertips. It is such an easy, accessible tool. Also, totally forgot to mention earlier, but the All About Learning Press app for the tiles, game changer. I use that. I think the app's only available on my iPad. It's not available on my iPhone, but it's available on my iPad. So we've been using that for All About Reading and All About Spelling, and it is so much easier than having to figure out where the tiles are or have a whiteboard, or we didn't even use a whiteboard. I always spread them out on the table, which works. It works. It really does work. But we would lose tiles, or baby would steal a tile, or my toddler would steal a tile. Like, it became a problem. And the more tiles, like the farther you get along, the more tiles you have out and the more pieces you have out. And honestly, I really like to just click the button and have it available to me. I just like it that way. I do. I really do. And I wish I had bought it sooner. So that is technology in our homeschool. That is how I use technology. I take full advantage of all technology that I can get my fingertips on and provide that to my children as I think it fits in our homeschool. If you have any questions for me, please leave them below in the comment section. In the description box will be links to anything I mentioned. But if you haven't already, please check out Abby's and Jessica's channels, the Rewey WI and Rooted in Rest, and I will leave the playlist below. Like I said, this video might or might not be in that playlist because I was a little late to the game because I had to keep recording it. But the video is up now, hopefully. And if you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. I will talk to you next time.